every team in the AFC East has a young quarterback they're believing they're going to build around in each of the 4 teams. So if you were drafting the 4 young quarterbacks in the AFC East right now, Ryan Clark, in what order would you take them?
Tua, Sam, Josh, Jarrett. I think they have my little list on the bottom of the screen. And I don't even think that's really a difficult decision to make. I think you go Tua Tagovailoa first, just because you haven't seen the bad in the NFL, and you know he does have a great upside. He didn't have the turnover issues that Sam Darnold has. But when you look at Sam's arm talent, I put him over Josh. I put him over Jarrett Stidham. And I think if you get some people around him, Greeny, you can finally change your kids' names back to Sam and Darnold.
Yes, listen, I don't want to have to rename them for another, I don't want to rename my kids Trevor and Lawrence next year if things go the wrong way. Let me see if so that wasn't quite the right answer. Field Yates, let's see if we get the right one from you.
Yeah, so I'm close with RC's list, Greeny, but it starts with Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold was #1 amongst my AFC East starting quarterback rankings, with Tua behind him, then Josh Allen, and then Jarrett Stidham. So let's begin with the reason why I'm in on Sam Darnold. You mentioned he's 22 years old, and you mentioned how he has had a lot of factors working against him. But when things kind of got right around him for the last half of last season, he threw 13 touchdowns and just 4 interceptions in the final 8 games of 2019. Mind you, that came with a junior varsity offensive line and a depleted group of skilled players around him. Now, the offensive line looks far improved already going into 2020. We'll see about the skill group, but I'm still a believer that Sam Darnold has the most upside of any AFC East quarterback and might already be the best of that 4.
Okay, Yates, the more you talk, the more I love you. Let's go to Graziano here. Go ahead. Ryan's raising his hand. Go ahead, Ryan. What's your point of contradiction?
I don't mean to cut Dan off, but I'm trying to figure out this. Pete McConville got in my ear during the break, and he tells me, be quick, RC. Go through your list fast. So obviously, Greeny, you are running the show, because Field Yates got all this time to explain why Sam Darnold was so great. If Sam Darnold was at the top of my list, would I have gotten more time on the screen? Would I have gotten the opportunity to explain my answer, Greeny?
Yes.
Or was it, oh, no, since Field has Sam Darnold first, let's let Field go off forever so he can back up Greeny? I see what's going on here, guys. I see what you're doing, Pete. I already threw you under the bus one time in the commercial, and I'm doing it again. I get it. What Greeny wants, Greeny gets. It's cool. It's fine. I'm just going to sit here in my sweater and mind my business from here on out. But I see what's going on, and I know what's happening.
But I love the sweater, if nothing else. Graziano, who you got? Draft those 4 quarterbacks for me in order. Who you got?
Well, I'm drafting Get Up football analyst right now. I'm taking Ryan Clark, who managed to get his time anyway after being denied it in the first place. So good job by Ryan. I took Darnold #1, Tua #2. Tua may have the higher ceiling, but we've seen Darnold perform in the NFL in spurts at a high level at this point, and Tua, of course, still coming in with some question marks that we spent all of April discussing. So I put Darnold ahead of him. I agree on the arm talent issue. Everything I've been told about his upside leads me to believe that he's in line for a hugely successful career. I had Josh Allen third, which it's worth talking about because he's been the most successful of that group so far. I wonder if he's going to get his accuracy issues corrected or if he's going to be able to overcome them with his legs and the other ways he's able to win the games, a la Cam Newton once upon a time. So worth watching on Josh Allen, but I think he comes with still some more question marks than some of these other guys.
I think that's the right point to bring up. And RC, yesterday when I asked this question, Tim Hasselbeck took Josh Allen first, and he is the only one that we're talking about to lead a team to the playoffs. And he did put up really good numbers last year, yet people continue to question him. Why is he third on this list? Why hasn't he earned being higher?
That was part of my consideration too, and I think that Josh Allen will lead the best team in the AFC East this year. I think that team has a chance to compete late into the playoffs, and Josh Allen will be a part of that. He has to fix his accurate issues down the field. That's why you go out and give up a king's ransom for Stephon Diggs, because you needed to get him a #1 receiver. I just don't know if needed in the fourth quarters when you're playing the Deshaun Watsons, the Patrick Mahomes, when you're against these great quarterbacks, if he can make the throws that put you over the hump. And when you're looking at Sam Darnold, when you're looking at Tua Tagovailoa and some of their arm talent potential, some of their own arm talent positives, I think that puts them ahead of Josh Allen.
And why do I have this funny feeling that right now Bill Belichick is watching this conversation and thinking, I've got them all exactly where I want them. Let's see what that kid winds up being. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.